welcome to the show. How would you feel if your little girl grew up and decided to become an exotic dancer? Well, my guests today say that the women they love the most make a living by taking their clothes off for men. They say they're here today to demand that they quit their sexy jobs and find a better way to earn a buck. Okay, I want you to meet Eunice. She says she loves her granddaughter, Jai, dearly, but despises what she does for a living. Now, next to Eunice is her grandson, Domi, who is also Jai's cousin. Domi, I'll talk to you in a moment, but first, Eunice, your granddaughter, tell me about her.
Well, I have to tell you this. I raised one granddaughter all the way who became an exotic dancer. Thank God she was mugged. She quit. But she influenced Jai.
Thank God she was mugged. I mean...
Right.
Thank God that she's no longer longer doing it.
She quit, yeah. But I just want you to understand something. You raised your girls to be Buffalo gal. Are you coming out tonight? And instead of, hey, Buffalo boys, I'm coming out tonight. You know what I mean? Big deal, you know? What I would really like to do is turn her over my knee and spank her bottom so hard her brains would wind up where they belong.
Why do you think this happened? You raised her to be a sweet little girl, and now all of a sudden she's a stripper. How did that happen?
Well, I think partly it's the fault of men. Right? Right? Oh.
Hey.
Men like this business where women exhibit everything they've got because...
Hey. Down.
And
Yes.
you have to realize that when a man's apparatus gets hard, his brain gets soft, so he goes funny.
And you're a grandma, right? This is great. Okay, Grandma, and Domi, you're her cousin, right?
Exactly.
And what do you think about her
Well,
making a job?
not only is it an embarrassment, but it's kind of disgusting. You know, you go to work. I happen to be an executive for a company, and I go to work. It's like, you know, you start talking about family matters. It's like, oh, really? Well, what does your cousin do? Yeah, right. It's just very upsetting. It's very, very upsetting. Not only that, you know, she used to be I used to be so close to her. I mean, beautiful girl, Olympic hopeful, all these dreams, goals, and next thing you know, she's, you know, shaking, rattling, and rolling. It's like, all right, give me money, give me cash. And it's like, you know, the more money you have, the more pursuits that she has to go and,
So she's changed her personality as well with this?
Immensely.
Okay, well, let's meet her now. Here she is, Jai.
Not how I dance. This is how I dance.
All right. Well, now we cleared that up. You know, here's your sweet grandmother next to you, and she said, you know, you were raised to do other things. How did you suddenly decide that you wanted to become a stripper?
It was a spur-of-the-moment thing. I started living with one of my friends. I learned how much money it made. I had to support myself, so why not?
Go ahead.
What became of your brain?
I still have one. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to sit here talking.
Okay, you have another cousin, and this is the one that you raised, Grandma, right? Okay, and her name is Dion. Let's bring Dion out. Dion, you were raised by your grandmother, right?
Yes, I was.
And she didn't raise you to become a stripper, did she?
No, definitely not. But that was a choice and a decision I made at the time. It was one that I felt was best for me at the time. Something I felt I needed to experience. After I experienced it for a few years, I realized that I wanted a better quality of life. So I no longer dance. As far as Jai dancing, that has nothing to do with me. She's her own person. She makes her own choices and decisions. You know, Domi, you're not her father, you're her cousin. You need to let her live. It isn't like she's on the streets, you know, dancing afterwards, going home with men, accepting money for sex, doing drugs, drinking. She goes to school. And then at nighttime, she dances. Do you support her?
How do you know what she does? You're not with her all the time.
Just because I dance doesn't mean I don't have a brain. I'm still a human being. I still have feelings. I still think about things. I still have morals. I don't have sex with anyone except my boyfriend.
Wait.
Is that true of most of the strippers, though?
I can't speak for most strippers.
Well,
Am I most strippers?
in the
I'm
club,
only
you're
one
around the
stripper.
club. You dance in a club or you dance in
No.
private parties?
I dance through companies at private parties, bachelor shows, things like that.
And at these bachelor shows or these private parties, no sex goes on?
No.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, right, yeah.
Are you there?
Yeah, and my face is on the
Do you go
on the
to
side
all
of a
my
quarter.
parties? Do you have proof?
No, but I've
Well,
known
then how can
plenty,
you sit there and
because
say
I have
that?
known plenty of people that dance, and let me tell you, they don't just...
You're just stereotyping.
Men don't just drop $100 bills
Wait a
just to
minute.
watch...
Have you been to
Stereotyping.
some of these shows where they do dance?
Actually, I've been to a show before.
Okay.
It's not the nature of what I do, but yeah, I've been to a show before, and I've seen exactly, and let me tell you, they weren't just, you know, taking off their clothes.
What were they doing?
They were doing all kinds of things.
Up next, we're going to meet Jai's boyfriend, who says he's tired of sharing the woman he loves and wants her to quit her job once and for all. Will she give up her job to save her relationship? We're going to find out. Stay with us. Welcome back. Today we're talking... Thank you. Thank you very much. Today we're talking to people who say they are heartbroken that the women they love make a living in the sex industry. And we have been talking to Jai. Jai's grandmother and cousin are very upset with how she makes her living. Her other cousin, Dion, used to make her living that way as a stripper and says if that's what she wants to do, she's an adult, let her do it. There are other parts to her life other than just stripping. However, Jai also has a boyfriend. And let's hear what her boyfriend has to say about this. And his name is Barry. Here is Barry. Welcome to the show. How long have you guys been going together?
Oh, I'd say about a year and 3 or 4 months.
Oh, so it's a pretty serious relationship.
Yeah, to me.
Did you know that she was a dancer, a stripper?
No, not to begin with.
Oh,
Not really. The way I found out is she approached me and asked me if she wanted to do this, right? I said no, and she said okay. Well, the next day she decides for her own, free will, I'm gonna do this. Fine, I'm gonna do this, and that's how it's gonna be.
What is it that you don't like about the fact that she's a dancer?
Sharing her body with other people. She's not only, the guys are groping her, guys are grabbing, guys are touching, feeling.
No, they do that without my permission.
I've seen them do it.
And when they do, I say no.
She lets it slide. She lets it slide. She gets to an
I
extent.
do not let it slide.
I've seen it. I've seen guys grope her.
You go to the club when
That's
she's excuse me, when she's dancing?
Excuse me?
You go to the club when she's dancing?
No, this is bachelor parties right here.
You're a hypocrite.
This is at
I'm
a
a hypocrite.
hotel
Going
or
to the
someone's
party.
house.
No.
It's not
I'm
okay?
going there for her own
for her-
security.
You drive her, in other
You
words.
know what happened was,
Yeah.
I was staying at home. I hated her job so much I'd stay at home, but then I'd have to wait the late nights for her to come home. I'd ask her to come home. She wouldn't come home for me. No compromise right there. Relationships require compromise. There was no
How am I
compromise.
going to pay my half of the rent?
She was doing like 3 or 4 shows till 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'd be at home. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't do anything.
He can't sleep until I come home.
Exactly.
So,
then, that's how I had to go
Do
with
you
her.
think
I
she's
was
not
forced?
Do you worry that she's not being faithful?
I know she's not being faithful.
Do you take a big shower when you come home?
She didn't take a lot of baths.
What do you mean? What do you mean she's not being faithful?
She cheated on me with another dancer.
They get paid to do this stuff. They get paid to do this stuff. I mean, what do you think? They get paid to, I mean, the
No,
more
she
erotic,
had-
the more exotic.
She cheated on me, basically. She was with, another dancer.
What do you... Are you going to tolerate... Do you tolerate this?
I didn't tolerate it. I told her, you don't... I was naive enough to
He
give
got
her one
really
chance.
angry.
I gave her one chance.
He said he was going to break up with me, but then he decided not to because he loves me.
That's where I'm naive right there. I mean, I see so much, me giving so much, and
Who
I
is this
admit I
other
was-
dancer? Is this Andrea?
Uh-huh.
All right, let's bring out Andrea.
show me some respect here. You show me respect.
Oh, chill out.
Barry, you know what? Jai, you should quit dancing or Barry bail.
Okay, then Barry shouldn't be her driver. He's making money off of her. So he's
He won't
contradicting
leave. He
himself.
loves me.
Do you love him?
Yes, I do, very much.
Do you love him enough to be faithful to him?
I am faithful to.
But you're having a relationship with her.
You are?
Are you guys having a relationship together?
Yeah, just a month ago.
Just a month ago.
Remember? Don't you remember these?
That's where I'm naive now, see? Well, that tells you right there. She's sitting there saying she loves me. You love me, and you're saying you love me. And
I am a woman of choice. I like to have a lot of variety, like me. If he loves me enough, he'll stay with me and let me have my way.
Where did you ever...
You think you can walk all over me because I'm your puppy? Is that what you think I am? I'm not your puppy.
If you don't want me to walk all over you, then why are you still here?
I'm not here. I'm here to tell you something. I'm here to let you know. I'm here to let you know.
I treat you well, Barry.
Oh, you treat me well? Oh, you buy me things. Cool. Okay. You know, that's treating me well. You know, you buy me pants, shoes. Where's the love coming from, though? Is it coming from your heart or from the money?
I don't know. Maybe it's coming from your pillow.
You know? You trying to buy me love?
No,
Is it all
I'm not
right?
trying to buy
Don't use
love.
my last
Is it all
name
right if-
anymore.
Is it all right if he has...
That's so wrong.
Is it all right if he has another girlfriend?
Well, I don't know if it's my place to say that he can't, because look what I'm doing. But I would be jealous if he did. But it's okay.
But the thing is, I'm not going to have another girl. I wanted her because I loved her.
What do you want to say to her before we break?
Basically, I just want to say, you stop dancing. You stop seeing her. No ties at all with her at all.
Tough.
Tough. There's no tough about it. Either you do that or you don't have me.
Power, darling.
We're gonna, you know, you don't have me at all. You're not gonna be living with me. You're not gonna be living in the house I live in. You're not gonna be with me at all. Period.
Excuse me?
Okay, up next, Andrea's girlfriend. Up next, Andrea's girlfriend says it's time for her to give up dancing and get a 9-to-5 job. We're going to meet her when we come back. See, Andrea has a girlfriend. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you. How would you feel if your girlfriend was an exotic dancer? Well, my guests today say their loved ones must choose between them and their sexy careers. Now, we've been first talking with Jai, whose boyfriend and grandmother and cousin, one of the cousins, doesn't like the fact that she's a dancer. They say that it's a dangerous profession and she could do better, and also it's negatively affecting her life. It certainly has affected her relationship with her boyfriend. But she seems to say, hey, that's life, and she's struck up a relationship with one of the other dancers at the in the same organization, same group, Andrea. So, Andrea, you're a dancer also. But, so you've been messing around with Jai, but you have a woman friend yourself, another woman friend. And this is someone you've had a...
I'm a stud muffin. What can I say?
You what?
I'm a stud muffin.
Yeah.
You're nothing to me but a tramp.
Now, you've had this relationship...
You're a ferret.
You've had this relationship for 5 years with this other woman. So do you... I mean, you're being flippant about it, but the fact is you love this other woman, don't you?
Yeah, but I like my toys.
Did you get her for Christmas? What is this? So you, okay, so now let's see. Dinah is your girlfriend, but Dinah doesn't know about Jai?
No. No, she will. Oh, well, I'll get out of it.
We'll see. Here's Dinah. Dinah, welcome to the show. You two have been together for 5 years?
Yes.
Do you know what she does for a living?
Yes.
No, don't do that. Do you know what she does for a living?
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
I don't like it
Why not?
because it's dangerous, and there's more to life than money, and she doesn't do it.
Do you have a monogamous relationship with her?
Yes.
Do you think she's faithful?
Yes.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Purbine, I have to tell you something. Okay, okay, I want to keep you, and I love you a whole bunch, but I like my toys. I've been seeing her. But listen, Purbine, I mean, you're better, you know. If I'm better, then what?
Oh, shut up. You guys cannot even say that none of you have ever cheated on someone.
That's not cheating, that's fooling around.
Oh, Grandma.
Fooling around, whatever.
Yeah, see,
Well, if
I
I'm
like
better,
playing.
what's this over here?
Well, look. Well, look at her.
Well, you can
What
get
is
that.
this?
You can get that in the bookstore. You can get that.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh, she's...
Okay, let's bring out your sister, Andrea. You have a sister. Let's see what she says about what you do for a living. Her name is Elizabeth. Here's Elizabeth. Welcome to the show. What do you think?
This is disgusting. She has no morals.
What?
She has no morals.
I have a lot of morals.
None.
I'm bold, funny.
I mean, if
think
you're in love
funky.
with her and you're supposedly been with her for 5 years, that's fine. We all accept that. That's fine. But I mean, you're dancing, you're having affairs. I mean, it's just an unmoral environment.
I'm
And-
having fun.
No, I get enough tension without taking my clothes off for a living.
Yeah.
What's your reaction to this?
I hate it.
You hate it. But
I hate it. I mean, if she's
where's your relationship with her now? You've been with her for 5 years.
5 years.
You thought it was a monogamous relationship. You don't like the fact that she dances. You don't like the fact that she's having a relationship with another woman. What's your response?
I'm out.
No, you're not.
She'll take her back. She gets out of everything. She always puts herself in situations and she gets out of them, no matter what. She knows how to manipulate people.
Okay, up
She's
next,
agreeing with
Debbie
you, so
says.
remember that.
Debbie says that she was devastated when she found out her daughter was using her body to earn a living. She says she's here to beg her daughter to quit today. Will Mom win out? Stay with us. How would you feel if your daughter worked as an exotic dancer? Well, my guests today say they want their loved ones to give up their careers in the sex industry here and now. Now I want you to meet Debbie. She says that she cried herself to sleep the night she found out that her daughter was an exotic dancer. Tell me about that night.
I was just about ready to move out of the apartment I was living in, and my daughter called me, and she told me what she'd really been doing. She had told me that she'd been working in a coffee shop. And so then she told me she was dancing, and I was in such shock. I just started laughing hysterically, and then I hung up the phone, and I just burst into tears, and I couldn't stop crying.
How old was she when she told you?
19.
Was there anything in her past that made you think this is what she would wind up doing in her life?
Absolutely not. I couldn't believe that. I still can't believe that she does this for a living. She's highly intelligent. She's, went through high school, did great, talked about going to college, and she's always worked. She's worked since she was 16.
Now, as I understand it, when she was growing up, she was best friends with Jai.
Yes.
Was Jai an influence in her becoming a stripper, you think?
As far as I believe, yeah.
Anything you want to say to Jai?
I don't know. I don't know why you have to take somebody down with you when you're going downhill.
Let's bring out your daughter, Tess, okay? Here is Tess. Tess, welcome to the show. When you were growing up, you were best friends with Jai.
Yes.
What did I say? What did I just say?
Something like that.
No. Okay.
Best friends.
Okay. You were best friends with Jai.
Yes.
What was it about what she was doing that enticed you to try the same profession?
It's not what she was doing that enticed me. I lost my job, and I had an apartment that I had been living in for a year. I needed to pay my rent. I needed to pay bills. And she said, well, why don't you go out with me tonight and see if you can do it? I said, I don't think I can do it. Well, I went out with her, and I saw her dance. I said, it doesn't look that hard. And I wasn't going to do it at first. I was really nervous. And the guy said, okay, what about her? And he pointed to me, and I was like, oh, no. And I got really nervous, and I said, okay, I got to do this, or I'm never going to do it. I got up, and I did it, and I've been doing it since.
My younger daughter is 15 years old, and I don't want her to think that what her older sister does is acceptable. It is not acceptable to me, not to my family.
Okay.
It is acceptable. It's my life.
It's just acceptable
it's my
to you, but
choice.
it's not
And I
acceptable
am
to
an
me
adult.
or anyone else in this family.
No, wait a minute.
You want her to strip like you? Please listen. Do you want her to strip like you?
I'm 20 years old. I am 20 years old. I can take care of myself. I can pay my rent. I can eat. I can pay my bills. What the hell is wrong with that?
Okay, if your profession is so wonderful, why did you take 2 months to tell me you were doing it, first of all? Second of all, if you make such damn good money, how come you don't have a place of your own to live? And you've been living with your brother and his wife and everybody else. And why did you come here just today with not a single penny in your pocket?
Okay, I'll tell you what, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to meet Tessa's little sister who just found out how her sister's been making a living. How does she feel about a big sister's career choice? We're going to find out. Stay with us. Welcome back. My guests today all say that they are here to convince the women they love to get out of the sex industry. And Tess, is there something you wanted to say to your mom?
Yes, I did something before the show that I want you to see.
Are you okay?
Tess, your mom is obviously upset.
Does that make you feel good? Yeah, it makes me feel real good. But you know what? It's me, and it's what I'm going to do. And I want her to accept it because no matter what, I am still me.
You know what?
I'm still your beautiful daughter, and you know what?
Yes, you are. You are beautiful inside and out, and you don't have to show your body to a bunch of strangers.
But you know that I never felt that way. I've never felt beautiful. I could never look in the mirror and say, you know what? I love you. I have always felt horrible about myself.
You know what, Mom? You have a beautiful daughter. You just shut your mouth. I'm proud of her. You should be proud of her. I am proud of her, but I know she doesn't have to do loves and nobody criticized for it.
You know what? I raised 3 children alone. I
didn't have to strip, and I could have. I could have gotten a stripping at any time. But I went to college. I got my certificate. I got my career. And you lost your job. I've lost my job. I'm not out there stripping right now.
Listen, how do you think I'm paying for college? What do you think I'm doing? This is giving me enough time and enough money so that I can focus on my schooling. And I can do damn good in school and still work and make enough money to be able to go to college and have all the time to study so that I can do something better with my life. I don't want to do this forever, but I love it right now.
Tess, if you want to show your mom respect and show your mom that you love her, then why don't you do something that not only can she be proud of you for, but also that you feel good about yourself? You're saying that you haven't felt beautiful about yourself, and I find it really hard-pressed to believe that you feel beautiful about yourself having to have people pay to watch you undress.
No, doesn't it make you feel cheap, like a whore?
No, because I don't do anything.
You don't need to do this.
No.
You know, there's
because
other jobs
love my
that you can
body
have.
now. I never loved my body. I always wore baggy clothes. You couldn't even tell I was a woman.
But Tess, do you like who you are? When
Yeah.
you look in the mirror, do you like
love
who you are?
I am.
Or
when
does
I
your
look in the mirror,
dancing
I
just
have
temporarily make you feel good?
now.
What do I tell my friends when they say, hey, how's your daughter doing? What is she doing now?
She's doing
you
good.
You think I'm telling them she's
doing
a stripper?
good.
No, I can't do that.
She's doing good. That's what you say. Because I am doing good. I am happier than I have ever been with my life right now as it is.
And that's what scares the hell out of me.
Well,
that you're happy with doing this kind of job.
Because I'm supporting myself. Do you know how good it feels to be able to say, yeah, I can take care of myself and not ask for help? I am independent. I don't ask for anything.
You're living with your brother. That's asking for help.
Because I'm waiting, Mom. What am I supposed to do if somebody else isn't ready?
And what about coming here? I've had to pay for the meals, the tips and stuff, because you don't have any money.
Okay, let's stay away from the money for a second. Let's bring out, there's a bigger issue here. And the bigger issue here is whether, even though you love what you're doing, is it worth the price of what it's doing to your family? You're very hurt and upset when you see how hurt your mother is. You also have a younger sister, your other daughter. Let's bring her out now. Her name is Leah. Hi, Leah. Welcome to the show. How old are you?
15.
You're 15 years old. You have just found out what your sister does for a living.
Yeah.
Have you seen how your mother reacted to it?
Yeah, I was watching the TV back there for a little bit.
What are you thinking when you see all this?
I've known my sister ever since I've grown up. I mean, she's my sister. I love her, and no matter what she does, as long as she's happy, I'm fine with it.
Is this something that you think one day you would do?
I don't know. I can't really see into my future. Probably not.
So sad.
This is why I don't want her around her sister. This is why I'm coming out and saying how I really feel about her chosen profession, because I don't want my youngest to strip for a living. I don't want her to degrade herself, demoralize herself. This is humiliating, you know, and I don't want her to be like her sister. And if I sit here and accept what she does for a living, then that's a green light for her to go on and be just like her sister. Tess is Leah's idol. You know, Leah does everything, you know, that Tess does, and I'm scared to death, and I don't want this happening. I can't do anything about her. She's 20 years old, but she's still my child. She's still 15, and I want to put a stop to it.
Can you understand that your mother would maybe have other expectations for you other than stripping?
Oh, yeah. I have other expectations for myself, too. There's no doubt about that. But right now, this is what I choose to do.
Are you worried that once people, and obviously being on television they will know, but once people find out that this is what you do for a living, that all of a sudden other doors will suddenly close to you in terms of other kinds of professions, other kinds of things you may want to do in life? That when guys meet you, they will always know you as, yeah, she's the stripper. When you apply for jobs, yeah, well, you know, she was an exotic dancer, and what else was involved? Even if you're as pure as can be, and you never mess around with any of the guys, and I'm absolutely willing to believe that. The reality is that the public perception of strippers, and it is true of many of them, is that there is a lot of other activity that goes on other than just taking off their clothing. And are you worried that your reputation is ruined when you do something like this for the rest of your life or for many years?
It's not well, now everybody's going to know, but it wasn't something before that I pretty much announced. As far as guys go, I don't really give a damn what they think about me. I have a boyfriend right now that I love very much, and he loves me very much.
And he's okay with you stripping?
Yeah, he's okay with it because he knows and he trusts me, and he knows me. He knows I'm not going to do anything to betray him.
When we come back, will these women quit their sexy jobs for the ones they love? We'll find out. We'll also have a chance to get the audience some questions. We'll be right back. What we're seeing there, and this isn't a question about your fidelity or not, but the reality is, in many of these cases, and certainly with the cases up here, is that the environment is such that it invites promiscuity, the temptations, whether it's...
This is trash. I'm sorry, but...
I don't know.
Prostitute because you know that's what you're doing. You are a hooker. And you know
I don't sleep with my clients.
With trash, you're going to become trash. I love you, but get rid of her.
I have a comment to make. I went to nursing school, and I worked 3 jobs to put my way through nursing school. And I did, you know, banquets, whatever, to make the job, to make the money. Well, I'm really sorry, but, you know... Sorry. That I have an no. Why don't you grow up and get a life and act like an adult if you will stay an adult?
You know what's funny is they say they're so grown up and they say they're so responsible, but yet they'll put themselves around drugs.
Oh, well,
These guys aren't the nicest guys. They'll be strapping, do cocaine, smoking marijuana, all kinds of stuff, and they'll put themselves around that.
At parties where everybody else
I go with you guys. I watch it. I see it.
But that doesn't happen anywhere else, does it?
I've seen it
You
about
go to
4
a
or 5
party, there's
times.
drugs. You go to a club, there's drugs in the bathroom.
Are you going to put yourself around and you're going to call yourself responsible? You're going to call yourself an adult?
Okay, be a big sister for a second. 1 second.
So,
I want you to be a big sister. Hold on for a second. I want you to be a big sister now to Leah. Okay. She's 15 years old. You try to make some sense of all of this to her so that she can have a good life. What are you going to say to her? Talk to her now. What example is this?
This is why I don't even want...
I understand, and you know, I think the audience is with you, but I want to hear what a big sister says to a little sister when she's just found out what you do with your life.
No matter who I am or what I do, I am still your sister, and I still love you with all my heart. I would do anything for you, and you can do anything that you want to do in your life. You can be successful at anything, but go to school, get an education, and do what you have to do.
Then why don't you?
I'm doing what I have to do. I'm doing what I have to do right now. This is what I have to do. You know what? I can't work a full-time job right now.
Why? You're healthy.
No, I am not. I was in a... No, listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me.
Shut up. Way out.
Can I please speak? Hello? I was in a car accident 2 years ago, all right? I went through the windshield of my car. I have never gotten any treatment for it except for physical therapy for 6 weeks. I still have problems with it. I can't stand up for 6 hours or 8 hours. I have to have breaks constantly because of my back.
Wiggling like that doesn't help.
Well, what did Grandma say?
You get on the floor and roll around.
What did Grandma say?
Everywhere.
Wiggling like that doesn't help the situation.
I'll be back with the final thought in a moment. Stay with us. Thank you. Let me take this opportunity to thank all of you for being with us, and I hope you're able to find some peace in your lives and make good decisions about where you want to go from here. Obviously, the decisions are yours. You know, it's certainly not the kind of job that is likely to lead to a high appointment to the church, a quick ticket to heaven, or a future seat on the Supreme Court. Becoming a stripper is not likely to make Mom and Dad particularly proud. But neither should we look at these young women and suggest that this is merely the latest example of the decay of American civilization. Stripping has always existed in our culture, the erotic feeding of men's fantasies, even in the good old days. In fact, virtually every major entertainer of the pre-television days, some of whom we revere today as legends, conservatives at that, comedians, singers, dancers, they all came out of burlesque, where raunchy humor and stripping were part of the nightly fare in clubs and halls all across America. So these strippers and others like them will not bring our nation or its culture to its knees, but the same optimism cannot be expressed about their own lives. Indeed, for most, certainly not all, but for most of these strippers, the track record is not good. There are physical dangers and certainly emotional and psychological ones as well. Most strippers wind up with a pretty sordid and negative view of men. After all, they don't exactly see men at their best. They have trouble maintaining stable relationships in their lives. There is low self-esteem, drugs, violence. To be honest, for most, even though the money can be good, it's a dead-end job. Yeah, the money is good, but the cost is higher. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.